Hi, I'm Ashley Dowdy, a junior on the cross-country team, and you are watching the Black and Gold Report on WFXB.
Hello Braves fans and welcome to this week's edition of the Black and Gold Report, a program all about UNC Pembroke athletics. The Peach Belt Cross Country Tournament is right around the corner, so we're going to talk a little bit of cross country with head coach Gary Aycock. But first, as always, we're joined to talk a little bit of football with head football coach Pete Shinnick. Coach, welcome back to the program.
Thank you.
I know you're probably not real happy after this weekend's performance, very tough 42-30 loss to a let's kid ourselves here, a very good Charleston squad, a very resilient Charleston squad. They've won 10 out of the last 11 since you beat them at their place last year. Talk a little bit about the ins and outs of this game.
Well, as you say, Charleston played very well. They've been playing well since we faced them last year. I think some of our guys still thought we were playing last year's team with kind of how we showed up and how we performed in the first quarter. Give a lot of credit to Charleston. They did a great job executing their game plan, took us out of our rhythm a little bit defensively and created problems for us offensively at times, and then just had an exceptional day special teams wise.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's talk about Jordan Roberts. He's their starting tailback. He's a transfer from Division I West Virginia. He ran for 2 touchdowns. He returned a kickoff for 100 yards. He even threw a touchdown pass in the game. Why was he able to be so effective, and is he arguably the best running back that you faced this year?
Well, he's had the best results of anybody we faced, so definitely statistically speaking, he's as good as we've seen. His offensive line did a great job of creating some holes for him, and then he was very opportunistic as well. The kickoff return that he had, we had a couple guys out of position, and anytime you do that on kickoff return, you're going to end up with a result that we had. I think we had 2 guys in position to make a play on the touchdown pass that he threw, and neither one of them could do it. So he took full advantage of every opportunity that we presented in front of him. He came in with about 600 plus yards, and he was averaging a little over 100, and we didn't do anything to take that away from him.
So you sort of answered this next question, how much of his effectiveness was actually him, his own natural talent, how much of it was the offensive line getting an advantage?
I think it was both. I mean, he ran hard. There were times where he definitely ran over us, and there was times where he definitely used his speed and bounced outside. But his O-line did take up our D-line. I mean, our D-line had trouble getting off of blocks, and there were some holes in there that Jordan just ran straight through.
All right, Coach, well, we got some clips of this game. Let's tell us what we're about to see here.
Okay. I believe we're going to start off with a couple special teams clips. The first one is a great punt return by T.J. Johnson, and we knew that if we could get the ball off the way this guy kicked, we'd be in great shape. And you see T.J. taking it right up the numbers there. Number 55, Dan Atkins, makes a very nice block for him, and that return set up a score for us. And so our team, really took advantage of the returns that we got. You're going to see L.J. Stroman take a kickoff here. He's going to get it right at the goal line. You're going to see Ray Shane Baker and Ashton Gaines and Mike Conrad make some nice blocks, and as you can see, right up the hash there. And then LJ uses his speed. He's been great returning for us, does a fantastic job, puts the ball again in great position for us to be able to take it in and score. Going to see Tavell Edwards here. Luke Charles hits him very well. Great protection. Elliott Powell picked up a blitzing linebacker right there. You're going to see Elliott Powell score a touchdown right here, running over R.J. Harvin, Philip Cheek, and Jordan Champion. Jason Perry's going to get a great block on the corner there. And we were back in the game, and we gave ourselves a chance here. And James Hunt's going to make a great play off an option read here, cause the quarterback to fumble, and then he's going to recover the fumble. And so with that turnover and the touchdown that we scored after that, I really felt like we were in position, had an opportunity to get back in the game. We got the lead down to 12. We were driving. We just had way too many miscues on offense to beat a team like Charleston.
You mentioned special teams, excuse me, in our discussion about this, and the Golden Eagles scored 2 special teams touchdowns about 65 seconds apart from each other. We already mentioned the 100-yard kickoff return, but then the UNCP goes 3 and out. They block a punt and return that for a touchdown as well. How much does this reveal about how important special teams are in football?
Well, they're crucial, and we've been very good punting the ball and kicking the ball up until really last week. Tusculum, I think we struggled, and it carried over into Charleston. And so anytime you give up 14 points and you lose a game by 12 and you give up 14 points in special teams, it's gonna sting and it's going to hurt. And every guy learns a very valuable lesson. As coaches, you talk about it all the time. Every play matters. Every snap has a huge significance in the outcome of the game. It may just be a routine play, but you never know how it's going to turn out. And so to get a kick blocked, them catch it and go back for a touchdown, to them return a kickoff for 100 yards, it stings and it hurts.
Coach, we got about 45 seconds left. Their game plan seemed to be to keep the ball on the ground, chew the clock up, and challenge you guys to stop their running back. Is that a fair assessment?
Oh, very fair assessment, and they did a great job of that. We ran more plays than them offensively. We hurt ourselves by not converting on opportunities that we could have. But they stayed on the field as long as I think they'd planned to, and it wore us down.
They had about 38 minutes time of possession, if I remember correctly. Real quick, Coach, despite being down 35-16 at halftime, did you still feel like you could come back and win it at that point?
Most definitely. And I felt like our guys did a great job responding in the second half. I think we had a better second half than first half, and I felt good. We had the ball with about 5 minutes to go. We were driving down by 12. I felt like we were still in the game and still had an opportunity to win. All
right, Coach, we come back. We're going to talk a little bit to Coach Shinnick about the next game coming up against Carson Newman, so stay tuned.
I thought it was my lungs.
I was having shortness of breath.
I had a great team of doctors.
Dr. Lowry, wonderful doctor. The only one, really, who has ever had my heart in his hand.
I don't think you got any better treatment in Duke than you got him.
I felt very safe.
I mean, I feel good. Got energy.
I go to the mall and walk 2 miles.
I come out victorious.
I love Southeastern, and of course, if it has something to do with their heart, this is where you get it.
This October, the UNCP Braves Club is partnering with the Ruby Tuesdays Give Back program. Supporting our Brave student athletes is as easy as print, dine, give. Just print the event flyer from uncpbraves.com, bring the flyer, and dine at one of 8 locations on any of 3 different days. Present the flyer to your server, and 20% of your bill will be donated to the Braves Club General Scholarship Fund. Event flyer locations and dates available on the Braves Club page at uncpbraves.com.